Teresa, and I am going to be doing ergonomics principles training for you today. First, our company is Countryside Library Automation. Countryside Library Automation is a company that is a resource for libraries when they want to automate their library. There are currently 1,000 employees. 90% of our work is done from an office setting. The remaining 10% is from outside sales. The history of ergonomic principles. In 1857, Wojciech Jastrowski invented the word ergonomics, which was based upon the truths drawn from the science of nature. In the early 1900s, you would start to see ergonomics in the workplace to improve productivity. Frederick Taylor was one of the first people to evaluate jobs to determine the one best way that the job could be performed. The results of improper ergonomics for employees. One of the most often reported injuries in the workplace is musculoskeletal disorders, otherwise known as MSDS. This can affect the following areas: joints, ligaments, muscles, nerves, tendons, structures that support limbs, including the neck and back. Results of improper ergonomics for the employer. MSDS cost employers more than $20 billion in worker compensation costs each year. It also affects the loss of employee productivity. Some of the employees' responsibilities. Make sure when you first start the job, you have an ergonomic assessment done within the first 2 weeks. Anytime you notice a change, reach out to the person that's in charge of ergonomics to do a reassessment. Employees should also remember you need to take a micro break every 30 minutes from typing. Next, we're going to do training on setting up your workstation. We will discuss the monitor, the chair, the keyboard, and the mouse. For your monitor setup, the top of the monitor should be at or slightly lower than eye level so that your head is straight. If you have bifocal glasses, the height is set to allow straight head and relaxed neck. You should have the monitor between 18 and 33 inches away from you. The monitor should be positioned to avoid any glare. And make sure the brightness and contrast have been adjusted to make viewing easier. Your chair setup. The chair should be adjusted so your feet are flat on the floor with your knees bent at right angles and thighs are horizontal to the floor. Your lumbar support of the chair should be at correct height to support your lumbar curve. There should be 2 to 4 finger widths between the front edge of the seat and the back of the knees. The seat should be tilted so that your hips and top of your thighs are at the right angles or slightly greater. The armrest should be out of the way while typing, but provide support when needed during other activities. The keyboard, mouse, and phone setup. Your elbows should be at 90 to 110 degrees, and your forearms and hands should form straight lines to the keyboard. The keyboard distance should allow your shoulders to be relaxed, with your elbows hanging close to your body. Your mouse should be directly next to the keyboard at the same height, so your arm is not outstretched while using the mouse. You should not tilt your head and neck to cradle the phone. Some of the resources available to employees, you can always go to the OSHA website, and one of the many websites that you can go to learn how to set up your workstation is listed here too, but there's also many more you can use. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Number 1, if you want to get a paper and pen ready, in what year did Wojciech Jastrowski invent the word ergonomics? Was it A, 1900, B, 1957, or C, 1857? Number 2, what is the number 1 work-related injury due to not following ergonomic guidelines? A, broken ankle, B, musculoskeletal disorder, or C, sprained knee? Number 3, you should tilt your head and neck to cradle the phone. True or false? Number 4, what level should the top of your monitor be at? A, just above or at eye level, B, 12 inches above eye level, or C, chin level. Number 5, should you take a micro break every 30 minutes of keyboarding? A is true, B is false. Number 6, how many finger widths should be between the front edge of your seat and the back of your knees? A, 1 to 2 finger widths, B, 2 to 4 finger widths, or C, 7 to 8 finger widths. Number 7, should your elbows be at 90 to 110 degrees and forearms and hands form straight lines to the keyboard? A, true, or B, false? Okay, here's your answers. 1 is C, 2 is B, 3 is B, 4 is A, 5 is A, 6 is B, and 7 is A. And that consumes the presentation of this training. Thank you.